is INC Now.
Continuing our week-long special report, Correcting Corrections, we are going right to the man who knows the state prison system the best. Ed Buss ran the state's prison system the past 2.5 years, and he says Indiana needs dramatic changes to cut down on the prison population. Jeff Newmeyer sat down recently with Buss, and Jeff, he's pretty adamant that the status quo won't cut it, right?
Melissa, Buss just left for a new job in the state of Florida, but listen to his parting words and you'd hear that Indiana must shake up the way it sentences offenders or be ready to pay the price.
The sentencing reform package, if it doesn't pass, we are going to have to start building prisons, and we're going to have to start building them yesterday.
The 24 years Ed Buss spent working in Indiana's criminal justice system led him to the conclusion that as far as prisons go, Hoosiers aren't getting the best bang for their buck. He cited 117 new laws or law enhancements placed on the books the past 10 years with no reductions in sentencing as a reason why Indiana's prison population presses ahead like a runaway train. There are two things Buss says state lawmakers need to change course on. First, he argues Indiana needs misdemeanor theft put in the penal code. Right now in Indiana, if you steal $1 or $99,000, you're subject to the same felony charge. We're the only state in the country to do it that way. And Buss says Indiana needs graduated sanctions for drug crimes.
Selling of 3 grams of cocaine, you get a Class A felony like you would if you had a truckload of cocaine. You have to graduate the sanctions.
If enacted, such reforms could open decision makers to criticism about being soft on crime. Buss counters that other conservative states like Kansas, South Carolina, and Texas have already moved away from locking up so many drug offenders in favor of greater reliance on community-based drug treatment programs.
If you get drug treatment on the front end, these people won't commit crimes again. I submit to you that drug treatment is good public safety policy.
And Buss readily admits he supports the controversial idea of prisoners held for at least 25 years automatically being eligible for a parole review, even if they committed the most heinous of crimes.
It won't release anybody early, but it will at least allow these people to get a hearing, so there's some avenue so they could get out. Otherwise, they're just going to die in prison.
Well, some might argue that they should die in prison if the crime that they committed was serious enough, right?
Yeah, Buss would say most of those offenders, though, after 25 years, they're older and they really may not be a threat to public safety anymore. He says they deserve a review, and especially since the parole board would not be obligated to grant any early releases.
Yeah, they might not get it, but at least
Right.
they get a review.
Sure.
All right, and for our viewers, Jeff, you can get caught up on the prison reform legislation and all of our special reports so far by visiting our website. And of course, the Journal-Gazette's having an ongoing series on this as well. Thank
That's right.
you. Thank you, Jeff.